Welcome everybody, 2017 Pan Am Championships. We just got a rousing introduction to both of these teams. My partner this evening for this match, Gary Mazeroff, Tournament Director, IRF Hall of Famer. Gary, I've been looking forward to this match all day. What about you?
Incredible matchup, Tim. Let's recognize John Hauko, our main referee. Dr. Kopelecki on the left from Argentina. On the right will be Alexander Piri, our lines people. We'll see who gets off to a big lead. Moscoso's dad, Conrado, is the coach for Bolivia. And Team USA will be coached by David Ellis, longtime U.S. team coach. Should be a great match, Tim. Great match.
And both of these teams have played together a lot, both the U.S. and Bolivia. There are plenty of people around the world watching this, including parents such as Karen Bradenbeck. Shout out to her for her support of international racquetball. And here we go. Side out is just what the U.S. wanted. Gary, we've got two electric teams here. What's it going to take to close it out and go to the final?
Well, on the Bolivian side, I think it's controlling Conrado on the left side. And that was an auspicious start by the U.S. Safety hold up. Could always go back to the unforced errors. Team USA, just play smart. Like that, unforced error number one for Team USA, Tim.
So at the beginning of each game, the doubles team only get one server, but once that is out of the way, the teams both get to serve, both players in each team. Bobby Horn wants a court hinder, but I think it was just an awkward bounce. So in this case, Roland Keller will serve first until he loses a rally, and then Conrado Moscoso on the left will get his opportunity to serve. This creates an environment where you can gain a lot of runs in matches.
So Keller was ripped with what Horn says was a cross-court shot, so they're going to appeal.
Poor Keller gets hit again. Yesterday he got hit twice in the face and highlighted the importance of safety glasses in racquetball.
So handout, avoidable hinder awarded. The difference here is Bobby hit a controlled shot, and oftentimes what's coming off Felipe Camacho's racket, you never know. That's impressive.
Did anybody see that? It was so fast, it just rolled straight out. Bradenbeck has been injured for several months with a torn labrum in his right shoulder. He injured it at the U.S. Open, I believe, last year, and played left-handed for several months. And this is really his first tournament where he's all right-handed, and he's in fine form this week, advancing to the semifinal with his partner, David Bobby Horn. Quick discussion from them. They lead 1-0. Flat rollout, right side, Roland Keller, second serve, second server.
Real good patience from Coco Keller, Rolando. Yep.
Quick laugh with the official, just waiting for the score. It's 2-0. Make that 3-0. Good start for the U.S. That's what they wanted. But such power from Roland Keller, second server.
Long time Team Bolivia player from Santa Cruz de la Sierra.
Moscoso and Keller won, or at least received medals at the Pan Am Games for doubles. They've played together a lot, not last year though.
Roland's played with a host of partners over the years, including the current Dominican Republic coach, Ricardo Monroy, and his brother, Carlos, as well as some others, Felipe Mercado. See ya.
That has to be an avoidable hinder. Bobby Horn doesn't like it. Gary, try to explain to us why that is an avoidable hinder and really what an avoidable hinder is.
Well, first of all, thank you for holding up, because he would have gotten ripped. And secondly, he was blocking him.
What a great rally. It's still going. Oh my goodness. Oh no, Roland Keller skims off the sidewall, completely misses it. Gary, you were saying the avoidable hinder.
He blocked him. That's one of the criteria for an avoidable.
Well, if that rally was anything to go by, we're in for an exciting evening. Moscoso flicks one into the left side. Applause from the crowd here. We have a lot of Bolivians, whether it be juniors or at the senior level here, representing their country, in addition to many Americans who've traveled. Has to be an avoidable hinder that time. No argument from Moscoso.
Tim, these guys have such racket head speed. If they were to swing, who knows what could happen. So thank you for not swinging.
Terrific serve from David Bobby Horn.
Oh my.
It's great that he can laugh at himself.
The joke is on the horn.
He tried to fake it and then drop it into the front wall and just flat out missed it. Great to see players having a good time even though so much is on the line.
Good try by Horn.
Thanks to all of you watching live. Please do us a favor. This is going to be a terrific match. Share our feed with others, your friends and family on Facebook. We want to get as many people involved in this sport as possible. Oh my goodness, just miscommunication.
Tim, just prior to that last event, these guys covered well and they lost the communication, so point for Bolivia. So Jake playing left side ends up ending the rally on the right side. That's better.
And again, it's important that both players communicate so that if one does go over to cover, the other one goes to the other side to make sure. Moscoso, high lob Z. Gary, in our last doubles match, women's doubles, when Ecuador advanced to the final to face Mexico, we talked a little bit about two players standing side to side as we see with Team USA, but also having the possibility of an I formation. What's the advantage for the I formation in a fast-paced game like this?
Well, number one, it might throw off the opponents. Number two, when you have a weaker second player, somebody can take over a little bit more. We've seen it in this tournament where the weaker player is really out of, hopefully they're not out of sync, but they need to understand what their role is. And apart from the serve, typically they're not in the rally.
So that call was a safety hold-up replay. Bobby Horn was there. Roland Keller probably could have taken the shot, but may have hit Bobby Horn, so we replay. Skip that time from Jake Bredenbeck. 5 serving 3 is the score. Second server. Started very quickly.
There's a broken ball.
We may see a few of those this evening. These guys hit it so hard. It's hard to explain unless you're here in person.
Thank you to one of the 2 main IRF sponsors, Pro Pen, the official ball of the International Racquetball Federation. We've had not much breakage in this tournament, and this is the 6th of 7 days of the event. So thank you, Pro Pen. Safety hold up.
And speaking of being here in person, why not join us for the World Senior Championships at the end of August in Albuquerque, New Mexico? That's a tournament that Gary Mazeroff next to me hosts. It's a terrific event. And if you are over the age of 35, up to 90 plus, you can join us and have some terrific exercise, competition, and camaraderie. Check it out on our website, internationalracquetball.com.
Ball skipped in. Tim, every team has their own style of communicating, and a number of times Bobby's come up front left and Jake covers deeper right. It's great to watch. Whew.
Oh my
Whoa.
goodness.
Thank you for not swinging, Jake. Replay.
Well, I might appeal this one, but the Americans elect not to.
John Halco. Yes, we're all American. Thank you, Laura.
Skip ball by Roland Keller. I think he was put off a little bit by being so close next to Bobby Horn. 7-3 lead. No timeout from the Mexicans. Bolivians, excuse me. It's been a long day, Gary.
He took your cue, and Moscoso called timeout.
We're gonna take a timeout ourselves and try and regroup and remember who's playing. We hope you join us here in just a few short seconds. We are live here in San Jose Indoor Club, Costa Rica for the 2017 Pan Am Championships. Tim Baghurst joined by Gary Mazeroff. Gary, your thoughts so far?
Tremendous match. Team USA has the lead. We'll see if it converges. Want to also recognize the other IRF main sponsor, and that's eForce. You want to win or?
What? Right now, the U.S. team are in complete control, 8 serving 3, little miscommunication.
Nobody home on the right side.
Well, Roland Keller got pulled to the left. Smart shot by Jake Bradenbeck, taking it down the right side.
So that's a time where Keller's pulled to the left. Moscoso needs to come around and cover right side. There it is.
Terrific shot from Moscoso. His dad and coach applauds down below us.
Moscoso lives in Sucre, one of the more beautiful cities in this hemisphere. And Keller serving from Santa Cruz de la Sierra, also in Bolivia. Half out.
Well, that was a skip ball, front wall. Half out.
Stop by John Halco.
Replay called. Moscoso got hindered, but there was no call, so he continued to play, which is what he should do. Canadian Halco does stop playing. We've got a replay. It's a loose serve. Great pickup, David Bobby Horn.
Ooh. Avoidable hinder. Double whammy against Horn. Loses a point, or Bolivia gains a point, and he gets ripped.
Well, I think we'll have an appeal here. And that's really where the U.S. just need to say, I'd like to appeal that. They don't need to explain it.
Exactly, and how coach should tell him to keep the door closed. Keep the door closed.
Good appeal from USA. Bobby, though, had a little too much conversation maybe with the official. The official needs to just, let's get play. This is my call if you want to appeal it. 4 serving 9. 4-9. Oh, Moscoso, he's playing well right now. Roland Keller seems to be the one struggling in this Bolivian pair, but they're slowly getting back into this. 5 serving 9.
He was on early, and now Moscoso's taken over. That's doubles.
You see, Gary, when Jake goes to take his shot, he kind of flicks his wrist a little bit prior to hitting it. Interesting swing motion that he has.
It's like a hitch in baseball.
The speed of these players, it's incredible. Moscoso flat rolls it.
Timeout will be taken. Bolivia has a great history in racquetball, and they get a lot of government support. At least they have historically. A lot of medals, gold, silver, and bronze. Lots of courts, favoring 1,000 courts in that country. And it's incredible, the growth and the legacy established right now with their junior program. It's a top-tier sport. You're not going to find that in the USA nor Canada.
We see a lot of activity from Mexico as well. They won last year at the Pan Am Championships, taking women's singles, women doubles, men's singles, and men's doubles. They're in a position this week to do the same, although Mexico will be taking on the Dominican Republic in our last doubles match, and we'll see if they can advance to the final to continue controlling this team event. Dominican Republic, it's good to see them in a semifinal.
Whoa.
Wow. Power versus power.
That's like Ali and Frazier exchanging punches, my friend.
This time it's Roland Keller on the right who wins that exchange. And Moscoso finding his range. It wasn't a particularly good serve, but Jake Bradenbeck wasn't able to put it down. 9 serving 9, we've tied it up.
Short period of time ago it was 9-3, 3-9. You said U.S. was in control, no longer.
Such control. Moscoso wants it. Oh, and he messes it up just like Bobby Horn. One of those situations where you run to the front. It's not something you would typically practice. And then what do you do when you get up there?
He floored it, folks. He had too much time. Oh, impressionante, my friend. That was wonderful.
Such quick hand speed. I hope you can appreciate it wherever you're watching. Oh my word. This guy's on fire. The fans love it here. They can't believe it. Moscoso gets them a side out courtesy of 2 flat rollouts.
Like Bolivia or not, you're going to open your eyes and smile, man. That's impressive.
That time Bobby Horn says, no, my turn to show the crowd here and you at home what I can do. Second server still at 9-9. We promised a good match. We've got one. Oh! Putting on a show this evening, Conrado Moscoso. Bradenbeck to the ceiling.
Skip ball. Skip ball. FYI, folks, Conrado had to play Roland's brother Carlos in the draw and lost a couple days ago. Tiebreak in singles.
Ooh. Another skip. This time it's Roland Keller. We stream that match live, and we'll have those matches on our YouTube channel in a few weeks once we settle down and recover from this great, exciting matchup. You can just go to youtube.com, look for International Racquetball Federation, and we've got matches spanning decades. And we hope you appreciate what we're doing to try and provide everybody with such entertainment.
Skip ball, errant skip by Moscoso. So U.S. has a lead again, 11-10, trying to close this game one out. Oh. Late call by Hauko, yet the right call.
10-11, 5 points away from game one. Let's see if Bolivia can close it out with two servers here. There's one. So appeal from David Bobby Horn that it's a short serve. One agrees, one disagrees.
One appeal used, Tim, but they didn't indicate that on the scoreboard. Ooh.
Should be a replay. Great hustle from the left-sided American from Minneapolis. Speaking of Minneapolis, Gary, the World Juniors this fall, November 6th through November 12th, will be held in Minneapolis, and we're so excited to be back in the USA to host those.
Minneapolis area.
Terrific defense. Horn on the right side.
Oh.
And Roland Keller. Example there, Gary, of where Roland's been hitting so many forehands. He runs across, has to hit a backhand, and oh, what do I do here?
Horn very adept at leaving his feet and hitting a multi-wall defensive shot. Round.
Oh, great touch to go with the power. Moscoso on the left side. This is racquetball at its finest. 12 serving 11, second server.
That's a great shot by Jake.
Flicked it down the right side. Moscoso diving to pick it up, unable to get there. Side out, 11 serving 12.
Folks, this is everything we've anticipated. A lot of energy, a lot of animation from the crowd.
Coach Dave Ellis providing some instructions on this serve. High is what I heard him say. Confirmation of the score, which is 11-12.
High Z lob.
Moscoso wants this. Roland Keller puts it down.
Both sides had opportunities and left them up. But Keller ends the rally with a forehand kill shot.
There was an example, Gary, of where Moscoso came over to the left and Roland Keller pushed up to try and cover. Yeah. Replay called.
Dead ball hinder replay.
Great get from Moscoso. It was a terrific serve. And again, oh, but not that time.
Slapped it right at his feet. Handcuffed him.
All tied up, 12-12, second server. Great pickup, Moscoso on the left side. Horn. Oh, that should be a replay. Good decision from our official. Still at 12-12, the tension So important to win the first game, Gary.
Yep, I'm with you. Here with full contact racquetball.
Oh, reverse pinch, Jake Bradenbeck. Terrific shot. 2 points away. Can they close it out? Moscoso looks at the score, slaps his thigh. They have a timeout remaining. Doesn't look like they'll take it. Holds up his racket.
Different twist there, Tim. Ripping it up the middle. See if the Bolivian players would converge on that. Yeah. The answer is short. Oh my.
Moscoso, the crowd groans. He tried to do something cute and it didn't work. Game point number 1 for USA. Just a mental lapse.
Let's see if it comes back to haunt him. And it did.
Big skip from the racket of Moscoso. The U.S. team take the first game fairly quickly, 15-12. We'll take a timeout and regroup and see what Gary thinks Bolivia need to do to take this to a tiebreaker. We're back for game 2. The U.S. took it 15-12, courtesy of a couple of unforced errors from Conrado Moscoso from Bolivia. Gary Mazeroff joining me in the booth this evening. Gary, what do Bolivia need to do to regroup and get back in this?
Tim, they were on the cusp of taking that game. And then a few poor decisions. The last 2 were skips. I mean, there's nothing you can do when you skip the ball in from 38 feet when the ball's traveling 180 miles an hour. But the previous one, not a good decision. Also, make their shots. Settle down, make their shots, and perhaps change their serve selection. Keller's been serving from the right to the left. Maybe you ought to go with some reverses to the right side, see if that changes things.
First point goes to USA. We saw Moscoso in the middle of that match was just electric, rolling balls out. But we also saw the worst of him, and he continued that in the second game, putting a couple into the floor, although that one would have been very difficult.
Great wallpaper serve on that lob by Bobby Horn. Keller could barely get his racket on that.
That time, Roland Keller. U.S., this is what they wanted in game 2. Sometimes there can be momentum shifts between games. Doesn't look like that right now. 3 serving 0.
Bolivia is continuing the theme for the end of from the end of game 1.
Great get from Moscoso. Such quick hands. And again, oh, that's terrific. You see what he can do, both good and bad, and that was certainly something special.
There we go, different serve. Good play by Bobby. Running around his forehand to take a backhand and rip it down the right side wall.
And if you look at the skip count between Bolivia and U.S., it's heavily in favor of Bolivia. Bobby Horn so far has played very clean, complementing the power and athleticism of Jake Bradenbeck. That time Bolivia hit a good shot, but the U.S. team think it skipped. The referee called it good, so we'll have an appeal. Difficult to see from here.
Overruled.
Both line judges disagree with the official. Excuse me, not a side out. Should be a point for the U.S.
That was a side out. It was a side out coming in.
3 serve 0. Flick of the wrist from Jake Bradenbeck. Bobby Horn was right there, fakes it. It's a bit wild.
Oh, flat.
Moscoso.
Flat.
takes care of business. Second server. What a match. Thanks to all of you joining us from around the world. So many of you are watching in the middle of the night across Europe and Asia. We appreciate your support.
Happy holiday to all those that are celebrating, Tim.
Good shot called. US are going to appeal this. One agrees, one disagrees, so the call stands. Side out. So quick, so hard to see for our official. And as you can see, Gary, not everybody agrees, and I'm sure everybody watching probably has their own opinion.
Indeed, that's what makes things neat.
Oh, Moscoso almost got there. Roland Keller pinched it. Jake Bradenbeck saw it coming. Hit it round the right side, wide angle. Still at 0-3.
It's back with the backhand lob Z. Snap forehand winner from the service zone by Horn.
Just a reminder, at the Pan Am Championships, it's a qualifier for the Pan Am Games, and there are team events or team places awarded to both men and women, as well as a combined event. Last year, Mexico ran the table in men's singles and doubles and women's singles and doubles. Pending the outcome of their doubles match this evening, which is next, between Mexico and the Dominican Republic, they could be in all 4 finals, but the U.S. fighting hard to get in the finals as well.
They already have 2, this could be 3.
Ronda Racich will face Paola Longoria in the women's singles final. They, unfortunately, in doubles, Cheryl Lotz and Ronda lost to Longoria and Salas in doubles. And Charlie Pratt may have surprised a few people by finding his way into the final, courtesy of 2 tiebreaker wins today against Javier Mar from Mexico. And he'll face Alejandro Landa. What a rally. Oh, what a get, Moscoso. He's got a chance here. Bobby Horn keeps it alive. Roland Keller. Will it ever end? Bradenbeck. No. Roland Keller goes to the ceiling. Bradenbeck again shoots it. Moscoso to the ceiling. Who's going to win this rally? Great pickup, Bobby Horn. Moscoso, what's he going to do? Oh, wow! What a rally. Crowd here. Love it. Standing ovation from so many in front of me. Gary Mazeroff, you don't see it better than that.
Incredible. Incredible from front court. And we haven't coined a phrase for that shot. We will. We will. You don't catch your breath.
Well,
let's see if Keller and Moscoso can hold that momentum and grow with it. That was tremendous. Oh, my.
Roland Keller needs to clean up his game. He skipped quite a few. Second server. Will we see the high lob?
If nothing more, Tim will call that the crowd pleaser shot. Oh.
Looked like an awkward bounce, but in those situations, maybe going for a little too much high to low. Something a little smarter, round the world, maybe a ceiling ball would be more effective.
You watch a lot of the wide angles and the wraparound shots. It's tough to, with the pace and the angle and the spin.
Well, Bradenbeck is making some comments.
Second serve.
This should be a warning. It's not.
And look at Bradenbeck right now.
That's a fault serve. Oh, he puts his.
It was.
Well, he's crossed the.
He was. That was a fault. Wasn't called.
Keller. Terrific shot. So just clarify why that was a false serve, Braden Beck on the left side.
It was a foot fault. He wasn't situated correctly in the prospective doubles box. One of his feet were outside the doubles box. You have to be flat on the floor, inside the box, which includes the line, and his back has to face that wall.
Foot fault there. Not called. Wow! David Bobby Horn flat rolls it. Situation where the Bolivian coach maybe could encourage his players to appeal that foot fault, but just seemed to be missed by everybody.
Well, John's not going to call it. He doesn't have the angle to call it down there. He's in the second row. We can see it sometimes from here. Two bounces.
Great effort from Moscoso, but 6-1 is the score right now. The U.S. in control, just as they were in game one. Timeout on the court from Bolivia, probably a wise one. We'll take a timeout ourselves, and we'll continue with game number 2. 6-1 is the score in game 2 as the U.S. lead on their second server. They took the first game in a very tight 15-12 win. Moscoso skipping the last 2 to give the U.S. the game.
Well, Moscoso hit a crowd pleaser end of rally shot a few rallies ago. That'll make up for those 2 skips, at least from the crowd perspective.
And we loved it, but from a Bolivian perspective, 1 point against 2 mistakes doesn't help them very much. Oh, wow, Moscoso behind his back. And again gets it. Keller.
Great
That's
shot.
a great C shot. Keller again.
Oh, skipped it in.
So close, Keller. Terrific athleticism from all players on court. Really, this is a treat to watch.
Bottom line, Tim, 7th point. They let game 1 get away, and from their perspective, hopefully they're not allowing this one to get away.
We might see the Bolivians appeal a short serve. Skip, I thought. There'll be an appeal, though. Appeal the serve, says USA team coach Dave Ellis.
Call stands with 1 each, 1 agreed, 1 disagreed, so they lost 1 appeal. We just received a question, can they appeal the serve as well? And the answer is yes. They can appeal everything up until they lose all their appeals.
Well, that was all a bit confusing, but we're back to 1-7. Through the legs, Braden Beck. Oh,
Ball's
great.
down.
Nice self-call there from David Bobby Horn. But, Gary, did you see how low Moscoso got? Flat on the floor with his knees to keep that low. Tremendous leg strength and speed. That looked like it hit the camera and bounced awkwardly, but they continue. Oh, Bobby Horn, frustrated with himself. Jumping reverse cross court didn't work. 3 serving 7 all of a sudden.
Different twist on that serve. Right up in the middle. So 2 points off that serve, Tim.
And it's Braden Beck who seems to be making more of the unforced errors in this American duo. Bobby Horn readjusting himself. We're good to go. 4 serving 7.
Set up back wall.
Oh, Moscoso, I thought he was there. Half down, 4 serving 7. A reminder coming up, we have the Dominican Republic and Mexico men's doubles. Dominican Republic took out Canada in 2 straight games. De Leon and Perez. Roland Keller flat rolls one.
Welcome back, Keller. 5-7, hanging out, hanging around.
We saw this shift in game 1, and it's happened again in game 2. Moscoso sticking with this lob Z. Will come off the back wall for Moscoso. Oh, that's terrific. You can't do it better. Reverse pinch, sidewall, front wall, irretrievable.
So Team Bolivia has pulled Team USA out of their game. They're making them go defense, and that's not their game.
So 6-7 is the score. USA take a timeout. We'll be right back as we continue this second game. Second server Bolivia 6-7 in game 2. Horn and Bradenbeck took the first 15-12. Bolivian pair Moscoso and Keller. Moscoso on the left, Keller on the right. Have gone on a good little run here, Gary, and you mentioned a few things just before the timeout that's helped them get there.
Change your serve, which they've done. Defensive serves by both parties.
Great pickup, Bradenbeck off the back wall.
John Hauko calls it a point, and there's another appeal by Team USA.
Call is overruled. Well, the Americans are a little dramatic, but they just need to appeal it.
No reason for antics.
Just a reminder, tomorrow we have 4 finals for you. Women's singles, Paola Longoria against Ronda Racich. Longoria defeated Gabby Martinez in 2 straight. Racich came back down in game 2 to win it in a tiebreaker against Mexican Samantha Salas. In men's singles, Mexican Alejandro Alex Landa defeated Andres Acuna in 2 straight.
Tim, let's see if Team USA can recapture some momentum here and forge ahead. They have a 1-point lead.
Great pickup off the back wall. Looked like Moscoso slipped. Great defense again. Keller skips it in. Alejandro Landa will be taking on Charlie Pratt of the United States in the men's final. Women's final, Mexico, Ecuador, and we await the finalists for the men's doubles.
So he had asked for a hinder. Nothing was called.
Nice to see Bradenbeck helping up his opponent. Looks like we're going to have a quick clean of the court. Players flying around. Gary, one of the things that the IRF has in its rules is the official has the right to request that players change their shirts.
That's correct, for safe and fair play. And with as much time as these players spent on the floor, it's a great rule. IRF, International Racquetball.com
is where you can find the rules if you're interested in learning more. Good shot from Moscoso. 8-6, second server. Bradenbeck to serve.
Team USA has 1 more available appeal in this game. Bolivia hasn't used any.
Frustration from Horn, but Keller was a little unsighted there. That'll be a replay, 8-6.
Skip ball. Horn had asked the official, or in general, let us play, let us play.
Oh, great get. Oh, Moscoso. He was hoping that it was 2 bounces before it hit him. I don't think it was. Pulls at his jersey in frustration. 10-6 USA.
Tough angle, Tim. 5 feet from the front wall, tries to reverse it.
Tremendous get. Bredenbeck.
Skip
and
in.
Moscoso skips it. Frustrated. They need a timeout, says Hall of Famer Gary Mazeroff. I have to agree with them. They have one available. Things are starting to get away from them. 11-6. Good shot that time. No, skip. Timeout, Bolivia. This is the San Jose Indoor Club in Costa Rica. Gary, tell us a little bit about this facility and how racquetball came to Costa Rica.
Well, I believe the gringos brought it down, but they have a great history here. The first tournament here was, I believe, in '83. And in 1989, I came for this tournament called the Torneo de las Americas, which now is the Pan American Racquetball Championships. This is a 30-year tournament. 1 year of the year 2000, Tim, this tournament was canceled. It was scheduled for Cochabamba in Bolivia, and there was a national upheaval in Bolivia, so nobody could get in or out of the country. This tournament was canceled. This is the 3rd time this tournament has been held at this facility. Next year, it's likely to be in Temuco in Chile, just before Easter, as it always is.
So here we go. We're back. 12 serving 6.
Oh!
Whoa! He didn't just do that.
Did that make up for his dump into the floor? More so.
I think he had his eyes closed. Everybody's laughing, even Jake.
Certainly did. Look at the score. 2 points from victory.
2 points away, 13-6. The Bolivians need to regroup after that. Make that game point, match point. 14 serving 6. The U.S. team running away with this second game. Let's see if they can close it out at the first asking.
Terrific athleticism here. Whoa.
Great shot from Moscoso. He's not out of this.
Statement by Moscoso. Don't count us out yet.
Moscoso was a finalist in 2014 World Championships. Semifinalist in 2016. Point given. No argument this time from the American duo.
Bobby's got to get off that wall.
Point for Bolivia. They need a run here. Moscoso
talked about that earlier, Tim. Keller driving the ball to his partner's side. Bredenbeck so quickly that his partner, Keller's partner, can't get out.
Appeal from Bolivia. The shot was called good. We couldn't see it from here.
We had one agree, one disagree, Tim. Loss of an appeal.
Call stands. Match point number 2. 14 serving 7.
They get this point, they'll have 3 finalists. That's huge.
Absolutely. This team have really given a lot for the United States.
Broken ball.
I think it hit the camera. It'll be a replay.
Check it. That's correct. The only way to legally check for a broken ball is to squeeze it with one's hand.
Well, I think we're both right, Gary. It's a broken ball and did hit the camera.
Oh, it isn't broken. I win that one, Gary, 1-0 in favor of Tim. So here we go.
All right, Tim, I'll buy you dinner. Oh my, oh my.
There it is. USA defeat Bolivia 15-12, 15-7. What a match of athleticism and excitement. We hope you appreciated it here. We really did. Gary, your final thoughts?
It was Team USA's day. We thought they'd be tested by a Bolivian team who dominated Team Costa Rica, but 2-0. Great execution by Team USA.